Hey everyone, and welcome back to Exposed, Scandalous Files of the Elite. I'm your host, Jim Chapman, and today we are back with the third episode in our Bad Boy series covering Aaron Hernandez. Now, the last time that I left you, Aaron had been sentenced to life in the killing of Odin Lloyd, and it was not even close to over for Aaron Hernandez. He then had to face trial in the double murder that occurred via drive-by shooting in Boston. Now, as I told you, the star witness in this trial was Alexander Bradley, and I brought you what I'm going to call part one of his testimony. So in this first aspect of the testimony, the prosecution primarily focused on Aaron's attitude. Bradley really stressed the fact that Aaron hated men staring at him. And he would insinuate by telling Alexander Bradley that these folks, when they would stare at him, these men, they were, quote, trying him. And this, to me, would speak to Aaron's major lack of maturity. I mean, grow up, man. Just because someone looks at you don't mean they're wanting to fight you. Now, you also heard Alexander testify to the fact that he bought a gun for Aaron. And this to me is more key than people may realize. Aaron was not a convicted felon. He could have bought a gun in his own name with no problem. But it's apparent to me that Aaron did not want a weapon in his name. And why do you think that is? Because he's planning on shooting somebody? I would say so. Now, most importantly, in that testimony that you already heard, Alexander Bradley got into the night of that double murder after leaving what was known as Club Cure. So we're going to pick up with Bradley's testimony of the shooting itself outside of that Club Cure and the aftermath. Now, just a note, the testimony of Bradley took several days. So I'm going to play these in 2-hour blocks each time that I drop this particular series. Now, before I play this, I just got to say, I had a comment on the Facebook page. It was actually left yesterday, the day before I'm recording this. And it was from a listener who said that she, quote, just had to say, someone was forcing her to say this, that she finds these long, what I'm going to call testimony blocks, boring, which many of you not only encourage me to include the actual testimony, but you're a lot like me. We're peeps, right? We're family. We find these things critical to telling the story. You're hearing the story from these people's own words. If that's not your thing, all good. I get it. Some people like it. Some people don't like it. I like it. This is my podcast. If it's not your thing, you don't have to announce it. Just listen to another podcast. You don't have to announce you're exiting or that you don't like it. It's apparent this podcast is not for you. Or slide into my DMs and tell me your concern. Tell me that you don't like the podcast and you find it boring when I play these clips. But the Facebook page in the comments is not intended as somewhere to air a grievance. The Facebook page is intended to promote the podcast and the episodes and keep my fans abreast on when these episodes drop and put some files on the page. Interesting, fun stuff. I can tell you this, my fans don't get off on negativity. Like some podcasts out there where you look on these fan pages and they're just filled with a bunch of negative bullshit. We like positivity around here on my podcast, and I don't want that type of bullshit on my page. So to this person, bye-bye. You don't have to announce it. Just leave. Just leave. Anyway, enough of that. For those of you that appreciate it, here is part 2 of Alexander Bradley's testimony, and he's going to discuss in this both the Boston murder and his own attempted murder at the hands of Aaron Hernandez. Now, you won't hear from me after this testimony is played today, so much love.
Once you got up near the garage, at some point, did you turn back and go to the car? Yes.
What caused you to go back to the car?
Mr. Hernandez said, there they go, there they go.
Did you see what he was referring to when he said, there they go, there they go?
At the beginning, no.
What happened next?
I walked back to the car. Well, we walked back to the car. I got in the driver's side. He got into the passenger side of the car.
Did he say anything at that point?
Yeah, he was saying, go, go, go.
What did you understand that he was referring to?
Well, I knew he was referring to that a BMW passed at a certain point past us, and he was like, go. And
when the BMW passed, he said, go.
yes.
Did he point to the BMW, or did you just see it on your own?
I'm not sure if he pointed, but I knew he gestured towards it out the window like, go.
When did he say, there they go?
As the car, like, I believe, well, I mean, at the time he said there, see a car yet, so I don't know.
Were you still outside of the car at that point when he said, there they go?
Yes.
And then you got into the car, and what did you see or hear Mr. Hernandez do next?
He was telling me to go because a BMW rolled by after that, and I went to the light.
You pulled out into traffic?
Yeah, put my blinker on, pulled out into traffic, and there was a light very shortly thereafter. And
A stoplight?
yeah, red light. There was a vehicle, I believe, on my left, and I went around the vehicle so I could see cross traffic before I went through the light.
Did you stop at the light, though, initially?
Yes.
And the vehicle to your left, do you remember what that looked like?
I'm not exactly sure what kind of vehicle it was.
Do you remember how close you got to that vehicle?
Well, I went around the vehicle, so, I mean, I believe I went from behind it to around it.
And once you got around it and stopped at the light, what happened next?
I looked both ways, went through the light, made sure there was no traffic coming.
Was the light red?
Yes, the light was red.
Why did you go through the light?
Mr. Hernandez was telling me to go.
What did he say exactly?
He was saying, he said, go, to catch up to the car, the BMW that passed.
Did you go through the light?
Yes,
What was your intention at that point?
to pull up to the car.
What, if any, observations did you make prior to that point regarding the glove box?
After I got through that light, as I was approaching the car, he removed the firearm from the glove box.
He being who?
Mr. Hernandez.
What did you think was going to happen, Mr. Brown?
I thought at the very most, he might try to intimidate him or, maybe say something or address the issue that happened previously in the club.
Did you have any idea he was going to do anything more than that?
No.
Did he state anything about what his intentions were?
No.
After he said go and you went through the red light and observed the gun being taken out, what happened next?
As I was approaching, there was another light after that. I believe that car was at a red light. I believe the light was red. And as I was approaching the car, he told me, watch out. He was telling me, roll the window down first is what he said. Roll the window down. And I rolled the window down. And when we got up to the car, like right when we were approaching, he put his hand on my chest and was like, watch out, like indicating for me to, like pushing me back kind of in the seat, like so I could lean back.
Did you lean back?
Yes, I did.
How did you do that?
With the button on the side, I reclined the seat.
What happened next?
I rolled the window down, reclined the seat, and he leaned across me and extended his body out the window with the firearm in his hand.
And when you say he extended his body out the window, was his whole body out of the window or just a part of his body?
Not his whole body. He extended from where he was sitting in the car across me, across where I'm sitting, onto my side. And he was bracing himself, like off I want to say somewhere on the floorboard, maybe near. He planted his feet over on his side and leaned across me, extended across my body.
And what about his hands? Where were his hands positioned?
He wound up placing his hand in the area of the armrest, I believe on the armrest.
And for the record, you're taking your left hand and placing it to your left?
Yeah, well, the armrest would be to his left, correct.
And what hand was he holding the gun in?
His right hand.
And what did he do with that arm and hand?
He stuck it out the window. He fully extended across.
Where was the car in relation to the BMW at this point?
The car was side by side, like real close.
What, if anything, did you observe about the inside of the car, the BMW?
I remember a gentleman. I remember all of them. At least the two front ones with their head down. A gentleman was holding a phone in his hand, and that was it. They were.
What did Mr. Hernandez do or say?
He said, "Yo," one time, and the gentleman didn't respond. Like, nobody turned around from the car. They weren't aware of the fact that we had pulled up right on the side.
How loudly did he say "yo"?
He was like loud enough, trying to get their attention.
After he said "yo," what happened next?
He wound up saying "yo" again, and then they turned, and then he started firing rounds into their vehicle.
Did he say something before he fired?
Before he fired the gun, he was like, "What's up now, niggas?" And he started firing shots.
Did he say "what's up now, niggas" after they turned or before they turned?
After they turned, because originally they didn't know we were there. So after he got their attention by saying yo, when they turned, he said, "What's up now, niggas?" and started firing shots into the car.
How many shots did you hear fired?
He fired 5 shots, 5 rounds.
Did you hear anything after the 5 shots?
Yeah, clicking. He fired rounds, and the gun began clicking after. I heard like 3 or 4 clicks.
Clicks coming from the gun?
Coming from the gun.
Did you turn towards where the shots were being fired? Did you see inside the car at all at that point?
No, I turned away from where the shots were firing. I turned my head to the right. Like once he began firing shots, I turned my head this way, which would be towards him.
What happened after he fired those 5 shots and you heard the clicking?
He was like, "Go." Like, he was like, "Go." After the clicks, he was like, "Come on, let's go, let's go."
Where did you go? Which direction?
I pulled off through that street light, and I made a right, which wound up being a one-way street. The street I made a turn onto was a one-way. So when I realized it was a one-way, I made another U-turn in the middle of that street, and the light was red then, so I got caught at that red light.
So you actually stopped at the red light?
Yes.
Did you look over at the BMW?
Yes.
What did you see?
I saw, the first thing I saw was a cab driver. I remember there was a cab driver. His head came. He must have had his head down. I remember his head popped up. And then I saw an individual get out that BMW and was like, it appeared like they were running. Someone was running from the BMW. Someone got out and ran. And
how many people did you see run out of the BMW?
I believe 2 people. I know 1 ran for sure, but 2 got out the car.
Which way did they run?
The individual that ran from the rear driver's side was running up the street towards, I don't know if it's the north or south direction, but...
Testified that you saw 2 individuals from the BMW run from the BMW, is that correct?
One I know ran, another one at least got out the car.
And do you have any idea which way the one ran? What direction? In relation to where the highway is, if you know.
He was running not back down towards Cureway. He got out and was running up towards where we would have been at the intersection, if you understand what I'm saying.
And Mr. Bradley, I'm just placing on the screen what's been entered as exhibit number 6. Do you recognize the car depicted in that photograph, sir?
Yes.
And which car is that?
That's the BMW.
Is that the BMW that you saw the defendant shoot into?
Yes.
Placing exhibit 12 on the screen. Do you recognize that, sir?
Yes.
And is this the side on which you pulled alongside the BMW?
Yes.
And is this the side from which you saw the defendant shoot into the car?
Yes.
And is this the vehicle that you saw 1, perhaps 2 people running from it?
Yes.
After seeing the 2 people run and you were stopped at the light after going the wrong way, what did you do next?
Waited for the light to turn green.
What was Mr. Hernandez saying or doing at that point?
At that point, nothing yet.
When the light turned green, where did you go?
I went straight, went through the light, headed towards the highway.
Did you know where you were going?
No, at a certain point, Mr. Hernandez, you started using his phone to GPS.
Now, as you headed towards the highway, did you see any construction work or anything like that?
Yes, there was road work going on. There was the traffic was at a full stop. There was an officer directing traffic, police officer.
And did you go by that officer?
Yes.
After going by the officer, were you able to get on a highway?
Yes.
Do you know which highway?
It was a highway right, pretty close to where the officer was at.
Did you choose which way to go, or were you being told which way to go by Mr. Hernandez?
I believe I was being told which way to go by Mr. Hernandez.
Once you got on to the highway, sir, was it a highway that had a toll or didn't have a toll?
Yes, it was a highway that had a toll.
And do you now know what highway that is?
I believe that's the Mass Pike.
As you started to drive, sir, was there any conversation at that point before getting to the toll?
Before getting to the toll, he made a comment when he asked me. He said to me, "Did I see that?" And I said no. He said, "I hit one in the head and one in the chest."
And how did he say that? I mean, was he saying it in a what was his tone in saying that?
He was panicked, like kind of like a panic tone, like a state of shock.
So it wasn't a bragging tone, it was more of a state of shock?
Yeah, it wasn't a bragging tone, it was more like shock.
How did you respond to him saying, "I got one in the head, one in the chest"?
I mean, I didn't really respond.
What was going through your mind at this point, Mr. Bradley?
I was panicked as well. I was in a state of shock, just as Mr. Hernandez was.
Where was the gun at this point?
The gun was still in his person.
In his hand, in his lap, where was it?
I'm not exactly sure. It was on him.
As you started to drive down what you've identified as the Massachusetts Pike, what happened next?
At some point, we came to a toll booth, and Mr. Hernandez handed me money to hand the toll guy.
And you handed the toll collector money?
Yes.
Did you go through the toll after handing the money?
Yes, we went through the toll.
After going through the toll, was there any further conversation between you and Mr. Hernandez over the next few miles?
Not right away, but at a point.
Did you notice something on the highway?
Yes.
What did you notice?
At a point, a state trooper pulled out behind us from off to the side of the road, or it was right near that toll booth. Like after we got past the toll booth, the state trooper pulled behind us, and at that point, he followed us for a little while. I'm not sure how long, but he got off the first exit. And when the trooper got behind us, I got worried. So once he got off the exit, I told Mr. Hernandez, "You need to get rid of that gun."
What did you see him do at that point?
He removed his shirt and wiped the gun down. Stuck the gun, was hanging out the window. He disposed of the shells that were in the gun.
When you say disposed of the shells, how did he do that?
He was removing the shell casings that were left from the inside of the gun. And then he threw the gun.
What about the shirt that he was wearing? Was that the same shirt you had given him?
Yes.
What did he do with the shirt before throwing the shells and the gun out the window? You said he wiped something?
Yeah, he took the shirt off and wiped the handgun with it.
Was he bare-chested at that point?
At that point, yes. When he was wiping the gun, he was bare chest.
Did he? What did he do with the shirt when he was done?
At some point, he put it back on. I mean, I don't remember if it was right away, but he put the shirt back on.
Was there more, after he threw what you believe the gun and the shells out the window, was there more conversation during that ride home?
Not much. I remember him saying, "Don't tell anybody."
What did he say in that regard?
He just said, "No, don't say nothing."
Those
to anybody, yeah.
Don't say nothing?
Yeah. Better not say nothing or something like that.
Did you know where you were going at that point on the highway, or did you have to get directions somehow?
I was driving based on his GPS. That he would, he had a GPS in his phone. At some point, he plugged in. I don't know exactly what he put into his phone, but we were using the GPS.
Do you recall whether or not you got lost on the way driving?
I believe so. We did get lost. At some point, we detoured some way or another. We took a different route than what I'm used to taking. Something was different.
Where were you headed?
I don't know exactly. I don't believe at that point in time I had any idea of where we were headed.
Who was directing whom? Were you just driving, or was Mr. Hernandez directing you where to go?
I was driving, and we were using his GPS, so he was kind of telling me where to go.
And at some point, was a decision made where you were going to go?
Yes.
When was that? How far into the trip?
I mean, a while into the trip. It wasn't right away, but at some point into the trip. I mean, I don't know an exact time interval, but
Who decided where you were going to go?
I wind up saying at a point that, I was just going to go to my daughter's mother's house. I just wind up driving there.
Had Mr. Hernandez at any point suggested where you should go prior to that?
I don't believe so. I don't exactly recall. I mean, at one point I think we were going to go towards Plainville and wind up rerouting somehow Plainville, Mass, and wind up.
And what was in Plainville? What was there?
Plainville was where he was living at the time.
But you ended up not going to Plainville.
We'd end up not going to his residence in Plainville.
So did you enter the state of Connecticut later that early morning hour?
Yes.
When you got to Connecticut, you indicated that you decided to go to your baby's mother's house?
Correct.
Why didn't you go to your house in Manchester?
No particular reason. I can't justify that. I mean, I don't have a reason. I just went to my daughter's mother's house. It's a safe place for me. It's a place I know. It's like a comfortable place for me.
What time in the morning was it when you got into that area? And I should go back up a little bit. Where did your baby's mother live at the time?
She lived in Hartford, Connecticut.
How far is Hartford from Manchester?
It's like 15 minutes from where I was living.
Do you know about what time it was when you arrived in Hartford?
It was over into the morning, I believe. I know it was daylight, so maybe 5 in the morning around. Expecting 4 or 5 in the morning.
Did you call your baby's mother first before you arrived?
Yes, I believe. Oh, I don't recall if I recalled her. I think I did call her because I wouldn't have been able to get in, so I had to notify her.
What is her name?
Brooke Wilcox.
Wilcox?
Yes.
Do you remember the address where Miss Wilcox was living?
47 Newberry Street.
In Hartford, Connecticut?
Hartford, Connecticut.
When you arrived, where did you park the SUV, if you recall?
The back door of her apartment is on a one-way street, so I parked it on that street. The street behind, I believe I think it's Glendale. I'm not.
Was that where you would always park when you went to visit her, or was that different?
That's where we always usually parked, on a back street.
When you parked the car, did the two of you get out?
Yes.
Where did you go?
We went upstairs into her apartment.
Did you knock on the door, or did you have a key?
I believe she threw the key down from the second floor window. She wound up dropping. When I got in touch with her, I believe through a phone call, however, she dropped the key out the window, and I unlocked the door and went up.
When you went up, and was Miss Wilcox alone, or was a child there with her?
She was there with my daughter.
When you got up the stairs and saw Miss Wilcox, where was Mr. Hernandez with you?
Yes.
What happened next?
We went into the apartment, and I kind of went off towards it. Well, she asked me what was wrong as I was walking towards the back room, and I told her.
Why did she ask you what was wrong, or what were you doing then before she said what's wrong?
I must have looked like I was in a state of shock still.
When she asked you what was wrong, did you answer her?
Yes.
What did you say?
I told her that Mr. Hernandez had just shot 2 people.
Where was Mr. Hernandez when you said this?
Not far from where I was telling her. I mean, it's a small apartment, so I was entering her bedroom from the kitchen area. He was off towards the living room, but still near the kitchen. He was in close proximity. He wasn't that far away.
And you said to Miss Wilcox that he did what?
That he shot 2 people in Boston.
Did he react at all when did he seem to hear you?
I wasn't in his direct view still, like in his line of sight when I was telling her. I was walking off towards her bedroom.
What happened next, sir?
After that, he asked, we wind up giving him a pillow and a blanket. He wanted a pillow and a blanket to lay down on the couch. And I believe maybe some sweatpants or something. And
where did you go?
I went to the bedroom with Ms. Wilcox.
At any point, did the defendant, Mr. Hernandez, come in to tell you or show you something?
Yes, he came in.
What did he do?
He said, come here, come look. I want to show you something.
Did you go follow him to see what he was referring to?
Yes.
What did you see?
I exited the bedroom and went into the living room, and it was, I believe, Channel 61, the news, was showing the incident in Boston, this incident that we're here for.
On the news was showing the incident?
Yes.
What did you see on the TV screen?
I remember seeing detectives walking in a row. They were in a straight line, and they were looking on the ground, like and like looking for shells, it appeared, and they had some evidence markers out, I believe.
When this was shown to you by Mr. Hernandez, did he say anything about it? Was there any conversation?
No, not much. I kind of looked, and then I remember just kind of going back towards the room.
What happened next, sir?
I believe he asked to use a phone, asked for a phone, and for her laptop computer.
Do you know about what time this was? Was it late morning, mid-morning?
It was not long after we were there, so I don't know the exact time, but I'll say all within an hour.
Now, you said he asked for a phone. Do you know what happened was his phone with him?
Oh, yes, his phone died at some point. Going back.
How did you know that?
Because I was in the car with him when it died. His phone died.
When he said he needed a phone, did you or Miss Wilcox give him access to a phone?
Yes, he did receive a phone.
Do you know which phone?
One of us gave him. It could have been my phone. It could have been, I don't remember exactly, but we gave him a phone. I know there was a house phone at the time. My phone was available.
Did you see him make a phone call or do something with the phone?
Yeah, I saw him start to dial a number. Like, he used the phone, yes.
Did you hear any of the conversation he had on the phone?
No, not particularly. Like, I didn't hear exacts of the conversation, no.
Now, you indicated that he also asked to use a laptop.
Yes.
Where was the laptop, if you recall?
I believe the laptop was in her bedroom at the time, or it might have been in the living room, but he asked to use the computer.
Did you or Miss Wilcox let him use the computer?
Yes.
What did you see him do with the computer, if you know?
He was watching the news. He was doing the same thing on the computer, like looking at the same information.
Information on what?
On this incident that we're here for.
Did he say anything? Was there any more conversation with you about it?
Not much, because I spent the majority of the time after that in the back room.
In what room?
In Miss Wilcox's bedroom, like the back room away from him.
Calling your attention to some time after the phone call or the use of the phone you observed Mr. Hernandez do, at some point did somebody arrive at the house?
Yes.
Who arrived at the house?
A relative of his.
Which relative?
Miss Singleton.
Is that Tanya Singleton, sir?
Correct.
That's the individual you previously testified about?
Correct.
What address did she live at?
Lake Avenue. I don't know the exact number off my head.
What color was their house?
Blue, I believe, light blue.
When she arrived at the house, could you tell how she had gotten there?
Originally, no, I couldn't. I don't believe I don't know exactly how she got there, but she arrived at the house.
Where did you first see her? Was she in a certain part of the house?
Yeah, she was in the hallway area, kind of like right where you enter the door. It's a hallway because it's a 3-family apartment. So she was speaking with Mr. Hernandez in the hallway and by the door, and I believe she came like just into the house, like not deep into it, like into the home a little bit, and they were talking. Well, they were talking in a whispering tone.
They were talking in a whispering tone?
Yeah, they were speaking in a low tone.
Just placing exhibit 203 on the screen. Do you recognize that woman, sir?
Yes.
Who is that?
It's Miss Singleton.
Is that the woman who arrived at Miss Wilcox's house in the morning on July 16, 2012?
Yes.
Is this the individual who you described having a whispered conversation with the defendant?
Yes.
Had she knocked on the door at all, or had somebody just gone out to let her in? Had she knocked on the door, or had someone just let her in? If you know.
If I recall correctly, I think there was a phone call. I think she called, or somehow he knew she was there ahead of time when she got there, and then he kind of met her like at the door. She came upstairs and met her at the door.
After the conversation between the two of them that you described, what happened next, sir?
After that, Miss Singleton, she came in, she spoke with him, and she left.
When she left, did you see, were you able to see outside to see what vehicle she came or left in?
Well, when she left, from the angle I had from where the Toyota was parked, out of the pantry window, you could see, the direct line. The car's in direct view. So the car was parked right next to a garage.
Which car are we talking about?
The silver SUV,
The Forerunner?
the Forerunner. When she left, that car was gone, and a white Maxima was left there.
The silver Forerunner SUV was gone?
Yes.
What kind of car was left there?
A Nissan Maxima, a white one.
Do you know whose car that was?
That was Miss Singleton's.
Had you seen her with that previously?
I've seen it at that residence on Lake Ave at the house, parked in that driveway several times.
What did you see Mr. Hernandez do next?
Next, some more time went by. I don't recall exactly.
Did you ever, at that morning, did you ask him where the SUV went, who took it?
Yeah, he said he was going to have Miss Singleton clean the car and store it.
What did he say exactly about that?
He said he told her to take it and clean it up and put the car in the garage.
Did he tell you why he wanted her to do that?
No, I knew why.
Why was that, sir?
Because of the incident that just occurred.
Did he say how he asked her to clean it? What she was supposed to do?
I don't recall if he did or didn't, but I just remember him telling me he took her to clean the car, told her to clean the car up and hide it.
How did Mr. Hernandez end up leaving Miss Wilcox's house? Did he use a certain car?
Yes.
What did he use?
Maxima.
The white Maxima that you saw outside?
Yes.
And that's the Maxima that you'd seen at a certain address?
Yes.
Bradley, I'm placing Exhibit 197 on the screen. Do you recognize the house depicted in the photograph?
Yes.
Whose house is that?
Miss Singleton's.
And is that the house where you saw the white Maxima previously parked?
Yes.
Placing Exhibit 198 on the screen. Is that a photograph of the same house but showing the driveway area?
Yes.
How long did you stay at Miss Wilcox's house that day, Mr. Bradley?
I don't recall.
Was Mr. Hernandez still there when you left, or did he leave, or had he left already?
I believe I left right around the same time as him, either shortly thereafter or I don't remember exactly.
Mr. Bradley, what happened over the next several days and weeks in regards to your relationship with the defendant, Aaron Hernandez?
We kind of just kept our distance from one another a little bit. Like there was some communication, but we didn't. There was less contact, less daily contact, and less hanging out.
At some point, did that change?
Yes.
What happened?
We began hanging back out again like we used to.
Did you start going back to clubs?
Yes.
How frequently?
It was progressive. It got back to just as much as we used to.
Did you ever have a conversation with the defendant over those next few weeks and months about the silver SUV and what he expected to be done with it?
I don't think I recall any particular conversation other than the fact that, on the original date, nothing stands out to me.
Did you ever have a conversation with the defendant where he mentioned Jack Fox?
Yes.
What was that conversation?
He told me Jack Fox was the car dealership in which he got the car from. And he believed there was an incident later on where he was at the stadium, and he told me someone came to get the car, to pick up the car or whatever, and he thought it was the police coming to look for the car. And, that was the extent of that.
Did he have a conversation with you about what he intended to do with the car, in particular regarding an agent of his?
Objection, Judge. I've been asked and answered. This doesn't find it difficult.
That's sustained.
Well, did you have a conversation with the defendant about his sports agent and some instructions he had given his agent
Yes.
regarding the car?
Yes.
What was that conversation?
He wanted to figure out how he could buy the car or have possession of the car so he could, dispose of it then. He wanted the car to be his, so it didn't have to go back to the dealership at any point.
He told you that?
Yeah, he wanted to buy the car.
And the purpose of the car was to do what?
He wanted to make the car his so he could get rid of it, do what he wanted to do with the car.
Now, what, if any, observations did you make, Mr. Bradley, over those next several weeks and months regarding the defendant's demeanor, particularly when you would go out to clubs?
He became extremely paranoid of everything and everybody.
In what way?
He just he just assumed everyone was a detective or every matter was police related. Just his sense of paranoia was heightened. He was just extremely paranoid.
Did you become aware if he had done anything with his phone after the murders?
Yes, he wanted a no iPhone rule. He didn't want iPhones around him anymore.
Had he previously had an iPhone the night of the murders?
Yes, previously.
Do you know what happened to that phone?
That particular phone, no, I don't know exactly what happened to it.
Did the phone number stay the same, or did the phone stay the same for Mr. Hernandez?
I don't recall, but I mean, I don't recall if the number stayed the same or whatever.
Did you ever see that iPhone that he had previously on the night of the murder?
Yes.
Afterwards?
No.
What kind of phone did he get after that, if you recall?
A BlackBerry Palm, I believe. BlackBerry phone.
Now, you indicated something about a no iPhone rule. What was said about that, and what did you observe?
He didn't like iPhones around him because he said that he learned that they could record everything at all times, and he didn't want them around him he said he learned that from someone in his organization, some particular meeting or something at the stadium, that he was informed about iPhones being able to record and hear everything, so he didn't want any iPhones around him.
And was there a situation or a conversation that you had when you got an iPhone from somebody?
Yes.
What was that conversation with the defendant?
A woman friend of mine purchased me an iPhone, and he got upset that I had an iPhone, and then he told me that she was probably a cop.
Did you have any other conversations with him about other things that he thought were law enforcement or police officers?
Yes, he thought helicopters were following him everywhere. He just thought there was a constant police presence around him at all times.
Did you ever see him exhibit what you've described as thinking people are police or law enforcement, exhibit that in clubs at all when you were with him?
Yes, an incident that took place later in Florida.
Later in Florida?
Yes.
What about any incidents at Cure with the individual who let you in? Do you recall any incidents in that regard?
No, I don't recall any particular incident.
Do you recall whether or not Mr. Hernandez's relationship with the person who let you into Club Cure changed at all over those next months after the murders?
I don't recall the exacts of that situation.
Mr. Bradley, calling your attention now to any conversations that you had with the defendant over these months following the July 16, 2012 murders. Did he ever have a conversation with you about what, if any way, those murders were affecting him?
Yes, he indicated to me that he had nightmares.
About what?
About the particular incident, this double murder at hand.
And did you have any conversation with him about you also having some experiences?
Yes, I told him I had a couple myself.
During those ensuing months, Mr. Bradley, did you ever hear the defendant refer to himself in a way other than he previously referred to himself as far as nicknames?
Yes.
And just to back up a little bit, what nicknames did he have back prior to July 16, 2012?
The only one I knew of was Chico.
Chico? And what nickname did you hear him refer to himself after July 16, 2012?
Double A.
Double A, and is that just two A's, or is that spelled double, the word double, then A?
I mean, I never saw him spell it, but double A.
And did you have any idea what that referred to?
Yeah, it was a direct correlation to this double homicide. He gave himself the nickname.
Now, Mr. Bradley, your relationship, you've testified with the defendant, normalized at some point, and you continued to hang out with him. Is that right?
Correct.
Why didn't you ever go to the police?
Well, at the time, I believed I would have been in equally as much trouble, as he would have been.
Why is that?
Because I was driving the vehicle when he shot the individuals.
And did you ever assure Mr. Hernandez in any way that you would not tell anybody?
Yes, I did.
What did you say?
I just told him at different points, that I would never tell him.
Mr. Bradley, I'm calling your attention now to February of 2013, so a number of months following the homicides in July of 2012. Was there a point where you were planning a trip with Mr. Hernandez somewhere?
Oh, yes, I was planning on, well, it was a trip Mr. Hernandez planned. I was planning on going with him, yes, to Miami.
What was the nature of the trip, if you recall?
I mean, the usual. You know, we went several other times, and in my mind, we were just going to go party like we usually do.
Now, at this point, sir, again, it's February 2013. Had the defendant moved at any time between when the murders happened and February of 2013 from his Plainville apartment?
Yes, he moved to North Attleboro, Massachusetts.
Do you remember what the house looked like? Was it big, small?
It was a big house. It was like a mini mansion.
And are you aware of whether or not he had a daughter in the interim between the homicides in July 2012 and February 13th?
Yes, he did.
Ronnie, may we approach briefly?
You may.
Mr. Bradley, did you have the opportunity prior to February 13th, 2013, to be at the home of Aaron Hernandez in North Attleboro, the house that you described as a mini mansion?
Yes.
How many occasions were you there in that time period, approximately?
Are you asking me prior to February 13th?
Prior to February 13th.
2013.
Yes.
I couldn't really put a number on it.
More than 10?
Yeah, definitely more than 10.
And in the times that you were at the home of Aaron Hernandez in North Attleboro, did you ever see a firearm in the house?
Yes.
And the revolver or semi-automatic?
Semi-automatic.
And what did the firearm look like?
It was silver. Silver, had a brown handle, and it was that's it.
And where did you see it?
It was a lock box he used to have. This box that had a lock on it that he used to keep it in.
Where was this in the house?
In the basement.
In the basement? How was it that you were able to see that?
Because I saw him go inside the box before for something else and then get the firearm.
Did you ever have a conversation with him about that firearm?
Yes, I don't remember exactly what was said, but he wound up telling me it was for protection of his home.
I'm calling your attention, Mr. Bradley, to the trip to Florida.
All right, before you get there, let me pause here simply to instruct the jury. The testimony you've just heard relating to a semi-automatic handgun in North Attleboro. That evidence is admitted for a very limited purpose. That evidence, if believed by the jury, may be considered solely as it relates to the defendant's access to or possession of a firearm. It is not to be considered in any way as any evidence demonstrating or showing either bad character or showing a propensity to commit a crime with a handgun. Again, it's relevant only to the extent it demonstrates the defendant's access to a firearm or handgun. Mr. Hagan.
Mr. Bradley, calling your attention now to what I believe you testified to as a trip to Miami area in February of 2013. Do you recall what the event was that you were going to? Or the reason for the trip?
We were going down there. It was for a Super Bowl party.
Do you know who was hosting the Super Bowl party?
No, I don't know the exact name of the gentleman. It was a player from the Ravens. I can't remember his exact name, whose party it was.
A player from the Baltimore Ravens football team?
Correct.
And had they won the Super Bowl that year, if you recall?
Yes.
Who went on the trip to Florida as far as you and Mr. Hernandez? Was it just the two of you?
Yes.
And calling your attention now to on or about February 8th, 2013, did you fly with Mr. Hernandez to Florida?
Yes.
What part of Florida?
I believe we arrived at either West Palm Airport or Fort Lauderdale. I'm not sure which one of those airports.
What was the plan, Mr. Bradley, as far as how long were you planning to stay down there, and were you planning to go anywhere else afterwards?
I didn't really have a plan on how long we were going to stay down there. And I believed I was going to go down there and then go with him to Arizona after that.
What did he have in Arizona after that?
He had some type of endorsement situation.
Who paid for the tickets down to Florida?
I believe he paid for the ticket to Florida.
Do you know whether or not you purchased a return flight, or he purchased a return flight?
To my knowledge, there was no return flight purchase.
When you arrived at the airport, which you believe was West Palm, did anybody greet you there and give you a ride?
Yes, some friends of Mr. Hernandez met us there.
What do you remember about the friends as far as what they looked like, and what, if any, names or nicknames you recall?
I remember one guy's name was D, and I don't recall the other gentleman who he came with. I don't remember his name, but I know the other gentleman's name was D.
And when you got to the airport, the man D, did he appear to know Mr. Hernandez?
Yes.
Did Mr. Hernandez appear to know him?
Yes.
You may.
Show your photograph, sir. Do you recognize the two individuals in the photograph?
Yes.
And who do you recognize the two individuals to be?
Mr. Hernandez and the guy D.
The guy D?
Yeah.
For the photographs of the next number exhibit?
No objection. Very good. That's received. 284. 284.
And the individual on the left, that's D, sir?
Yes.
Do you know what his occupation was?
I believe he was a football player as well.
For
the
which
Ravens.
team?
For the Ravens.
Is that whose party it was, to your knowledge?
No, the party wasn't his, but there was another player.
So once you got picked up at the airport by D, was there someone else there as well, or was it just D?
It was D and another individual.
But you don't remember that person's nickname?
No.
Once they picked you up, where did you go?
We went to a hotel, straight to a hotel.
Do you remember what the name of the hotel was, or what, if any, landmarks were nearby?
I think it was called Spring Hill Suite or something like that. I think that was the name of the hotel.
Do you recall whether or not the Super Bowl party was that night you arrived, or a later time, a later date?
I believe it was the night we arrived. If not, it was the next night. But I believe it was the night we arrived.
Where was the Super Bowl party?
In a town called Belglade.
Had you ever been to Belglade prior to that?
No.
Do you know who of the group that you were in now, being Mr. Hernandez, D, another man, and yourself, who was from Belglade, if anybody?
I believe D might have been from the Belglade area. I don't know if I believe the other individual was too, that he was with.
Now, up until this point, Mr. Bradley, had you had any altercations or arguments with Mr. Hernandez at all?
None.
Had you had any problems even in the months prior to traveling to Florida with Mr. Hernandez?
None of any significance.
Did you go to the Super Bowl party with him?
Yes.
Was it at a club or a restaurant? Where was it held?
It was originally in a housing complex at first. It was like a block party type of thing. And from there we went to a hall, some hall. I don't know what the name of it was.
And you went there with Mr. Hernandez?
Correct.
Did you meet some of his other friends at the party?
Yes.
Do you remember any of them by name?
I remember an individual named Papu. I remember another individual, actually, that might be it for like, other than Mr. Hernandez and D that I met originally. And that other
Somebody
individual.
named Papu?
Yes.
Approach your witness, Your Honor.
You may.
Showing your photograph, sir. I'd ask you if you recognize the person depicted in that photograph.
Yes.
Who'd you recognize that to be?
Papu.
Papu?
Yeah.
And just for the record, is that Pappoo, if you know?
Sounds like. Yeah.
Your Honor, so the photograph identified as Papu be marked as next number to the exhibit.
No objections to Papu?
Without objection, Papu is received.
And what was his involvement in the party? Sir, I've placed exhibit 285 on the screen. The person you identified as Papu. What was his involvement in the party, if you know?
I don't believe there was any. I believe he was just a friend of Mr. Hernandez, just one of the guys around. I didn't know of any involvement.
Calling your attention now to after the Super Bowl party, did you all go back to the same hotel room?
Yeah, we stayed at that hotel, I believe, for definitely the first night or two.
Who else was staying in the hotel room besides you?
Some other friends of Mr. Hernandez and the other guys. Names, I don't really know.
What about the
their names.
man D from the Baltimore Ravens? Was he there?
Yes.
What about Papu? Was he there?
Yes, he didn't stay there, though, but he was there.
He didn't stay, but he visited?
Yeah, he visited.
And the other person who picked you up at the airport with D, was he that at the hotel?
Yes.
How many other men or women?
Myself, Mr. Hernandez. I believe that's it as far as staying, like sleeping there.
And calling your attention now to as you were sleeping at that hotel room, how many nights do you think you stayed at that hotel?
One definitely.
Did you switch hotel rooms at some point?
At some point, yes, we did.
Did you switch actual hotels as well? Like to go to a different hotel?
Yes.
Which hotel was that?
La Quinta.
La Quinta?
We went to a La Quinta Inn.
Do you remember where that was in relation to any landmarks in West Palm Beach?
It was, I believe it was close to a Hooters restaurant and maybe a Red Lobster too.
At some point while you were staying overnight, either at La Quinta or Spring Hill Suites, did you see a firearm in the room?
Yes.
Which hotel did you, if you recall?
It's in Spring Hill Suites Hotel,
That first night?
first day.
Was this after the Super Bowl party or before?
This was before. This is when we first got to the hotel.
And where did you see a firearm and who was around it or possessing it?
Another individual pulled it out and he passed it to Mr. Hernandez. He just looked at it and
What did the firearm look like?
it was
Judge, I would object if asked if the witness complete his answer.
I'm sorry?
Witness didn't complete his answer before he was brought to with another question.
Did you finish your last answer, sir?
yes.
Very good. Put a question, please.
You saw an individual holding a gun and handed it to Mr. Hernandez. What did the gun look like?
It was black with a silver top, I believe, to the best of my knowledge. It was looked like a Glock,
Was it a semi-automatic or a revolver?
a semi-automatic pistol.
And after it was handed to Mr. Hernandez, you indicated he handed it back? Or did you? I'm sorry, maybe I misheard.
No, I don't believe I indicated that, but he handed it to Mr. Hernandez, and Mr. Hernandez looked at it. And I just remember it being left on the chair, put down on the chair.
In a chair in the hotel room?
Yeah, before we left.
Did you see that weapon again during your time at the hotel?
That particular weapon, I don't believe so.
Did you see any other weapons at the hotel?
No, that's the only weapon I saw at the hotel.
Did you see that weapon in any other spot other than on the chair or in Mr. Hernandez's hand or the other man's hand?
I believe Mr. Hernandez was sitting on a bed. There was a bed. There was like a room in the bed off to the side. I think when he first passed it, Mr. Hernandez was sitting on the bed. So, on the bed and then on the chair, pretty much.
Was there any conversation about the gun that you recall?
No, not particularly. I mean, they were just passing the gun around. I think he was just showing it.
Mr. Bradley, after the Super Bowl party and then going and staying overnight at a different hotel, being La Quinta, did you and Mr. Hernandez continue to go to nightclubs over the next few days?
Yes, we went to, yes.
Which nightclubs did you go to that you recall?
We went to Cabaret Club. We went to Tootsie's Cabaret.
What is Tootsie's Cabaret for
It's
those who don't know?
It's a strip club.
How many nights did you go to Tootsie's, if you recall?
We went 2 of the nights down there.
The first night you went to Tootsie's, who went?
Myself, Mr. Hernandez, the guy D, and 2 other gentlemen, 2 other friends of.
Were either of those 2 friends the same man who picked you up at the airport?
The individual who picked us up from the airport, I believe he was only there the first time we went with D and Mr. Hernandez.
And calling your attention now to on or about February 12th, 2013, did you go to a club that wasn't a strip club, a bar at some time?
Yes.
And while you were at the bar, were you with Mr. Hernandez?
Yes.
Did Mr. Hernandez call something to your attention?
Yes.
What did he call to your attention?
He pointed out 2 gentlemen with low haircuts, and he told me he thought that they were police officers. He told me they looked like cops.
Did he say why he thought they were police officers or why they looked like cops?
Not particularly. He just said, those dudes over there, I think that they're cops.
What did you say?
I told him if they are, it's because of the stupid shit he did in Boston.
He said if they are, it's because... Say it again?
Objection, Judge. Counsel repeating again.
Well, let me ask you
Witnesses without actually posing a question.
what
Put a new question, please.
what did you just said you put your own self into the quote. What was the quote you heard Mr. Hernandez say?
Objection, Judge. Ask that answer.
No, you may repeat it.
Repeat the question,
Well,
please.
first, what did you say to Mr. Hernandez?
I didn't say anything first. He said to me that those guys look like police officers.
Your response was what?
I didn't believe they were. I said, but if they are, then it's probably because of the stupid shit you did in Boston.
Stupid shit. You did, not. I just want you before that. You said
That
I
you
did.
Yes, I said that you did, meaning me telling Mr. Hernandez what he did.
What was Mr. Hernandez's response to that?
He became like standoffish. He got upset, I could tell. He kind of walked away from me and walked over towards the bathroom area with a couple of his other friends. And he was just, a little standoffish after that.
And did you notice that standoffishness happen after you made the comment about Boston?
Yeah, it was right after I made the comment.
What happened the rest of that night, sir?
Nothing particular. We finished partying at that place. We left. And I believe that was the first night we went to Tootsie's. That was night 1.
Calling your attention now, sir, to February 13th, 2013. Was there a next time that you went to Tootsie's that next day?
Yes, we went the next night.
And that next night on February 13th, 2013, again after midnight, who went to Tootsie's the second time?
Myself, Mr. Hernandez, and 2 other gentlemen.
The 2 other gentlemen, had you seen them earlier in the week?
One of the gentlemen I did see, he was at the hotel the first day. But the other gentleman, I hadn't seen him at all until that night.
Was it just the 4 of you that went to Tootsie's?
Yes.
And one of the gentlemen you hadn't seen before that night?
I didn't see him the whole time until that night.
What car did you take to Tootsie's?
We used a white Range Rover.
Do you know whose car that was?
I don't know who owned it, but the individual who was driving, who was the same individual that was around the first night at the hotel, arrived in that car.
Just backing you up a little bit to other cars that you saw during the few days in the Palm Beach area or Miami area, what other cars had you seen people driving or had you driven in during the time?
I saw a red Chrysler 300C. I believe a Porsche Panorama. Or
What color was the
Panamera.
Porsche?
It was white. I believe that's it for cars.
Do you know where the white Porsche came from?
Yes, it was the gentleman D had the white Porsche.
D, the football player?
Correct.
Do you know whether or not it was his car or whether he rented it or what?
I believe it was a rental car.
Now, when you arrived at Tootsie's, Mr. Bradley, do you know about what time it was that you arrived?
It was, I believe, around 3 in the morning, or sometime close to 3.
How late does Tootsie's stay open? if you know?
5, I believe. 5 in the morning.
When you arrived at about 3 in the morning, just the four of you, did you go to a particular area of Tootsie's?
Repeat that, please.
Did you go to a particular part of Tootsie's? In other words, did you go to, if there's a main stage area, did you go to a private room? Where did you go?
We went upstairs to this area where there's private rooms, and we got one of those private rooms.
And did you have to pay for dancers at that point?
At that point, they weren't paid for yet. No.
But you had to get that room. Did you have to purchase entertainment of some sort?
You have to put up some type of money. It's like a VIP room. You have to.
And do you know whether or not somebody in your group put up a credit card to pay for everything, at least initially?
Yes, I believe Mr. Hernandez did.
Calling your attention now to later on in the night, did something happen with your cell phone where you needed to charge it?
Yes.
What happened?
My cell phone was dying. I needed a charger. I asked a bottle service woman. She was giving us service in that room, like bringing our bottles or whatever. And I asked her if I told her my phone was dying and I was trying to find a charger. And she said she believed she had one. And she went and retrieved one, but it wound up being, I believe, maybe an i4 charger. And I think I had an i5 at the time, so it didn't fit.
What did you do with your phone? When was the last time you saw the phone?
The last time I saw my phone was left on the counter, or that bar top, I believe. I thought I sat it down there.
Now, at some point towards the end of the night, sometime close to 5 o'clock in the morning, did all of you decide to leave?
Yes.
Prior to leaving, did the bill come?
Yes.
What was the total bill, if you recall?
I don't recall exact amount. It was a very high bill, though.
Meaning,
I believe in the $10,000 area.
$10,000?
Yes.
Was there a conversation between you and Mr. Hernandez about the bill and who would pay?
Yes, he wanted me to split that bill with him.
What was your response to that?
I didn't want to. I mean, I didn't mind pitching in, but I didn't want to split it because there were 2 other individuals there who weren't my friends. So I didn't believe it was fair for me to split that with him.
And did you refuse to split it with him?
Yes.
What happened next?
He was upset about that, and it was almost time to go. And
Did you get into the car to leave at some point?
yes,
Was that the same white Range Rover you'd previously described?
yes.
Where were you sitting?
I was sitting in the rear passenger side,
Where was Mr. Hernandez sitting?
front passenger.
And where were the other 2 individuals sitting?
One was to my left. The individual who I hadn't seen up until that night was to my left, and the other individual was driving, whose Range Rover was.
As you left the club, shortly after leaving Tootsie's Cabaret, did you realize that you had forgotten something?
Yes.
What did you realize you had forgotten?
Forgotten my cell phone.
Did you say something or request that something be done?
Yes, I asked the driver to turn around so I could go get my phone.
Did Mr. Hernandez join that conversation?
Yes, he objected. He told the driver to not turn around so I could get my phone.
And what did you say?
An argument ensued. I told him I needed my phone. There was important stuff in there. And he replied by saying, I'll buy you another one. And I told him I didn't need him to buy me another one or want him to. I wanted my phone. I had important stuff, my kids' pictures and other things in there.
And what was his response to that?
He just pretty much ignored me. He told the driver to just keep going, not to turn around to get my phone.
Did you get animated at some point?
Yes, I did.
What did you say?
I told him that I wanted my phone and that it was outrageous that they won't turn around and get my phone. I got mad at everybody.
And at some point, did they ever turn around to get your phone?
No.
They just continued on?
Continued on.
Where were you headed at that point, if you know?
We were headed back to West Palm.
To the hotel?
Yes.
At some point during the car ride, Mr. Bradley, did you fall asleep?
Yes.
After falling asleep, was there something that woke you up?
Yes, the car stopped driving.
Now, with you personally, when a car stops driving, does that have some effect on you when you sleep?
Yeah, I wake up. When I fall asleep in cars, like once the car stops moving, I always wake up. I tend to wake up.
When you woke up from the sleep, based upon the car stopping, what did you see?
Mr. Hernandez with a gun pointing a gun in my face.
When you say your face, what part of your face?
directly in my face, like up towards my forehead area.
Was the car parked at that point or stopped in some way?
Yes, the car was stopped.
What happened next?
I made a gesture, a defense gesture, to defend myself. And
And for the record, you're taking your right hand and putting it up over your face?
Yes.
And as you put up the defense gesture, what happened?
He fired a shot. He shot the gun.
Where did the bullet strike you?
Went through my hand, blew my finger off, well, part way off, and then it went into my head and blew my eye out.
Where did it enter your head?
Right above my left eye.
Right between your two eyes?
Yeah, up to the left.
Near your nose?
Yep,
And do you have a scar there where the bullet entered?
correct.
Can you point to it, please?
It's right here,
For the record, you're pointing in between
my eyes, upper left.
in between both eyebrows?
Yeah, in between my eyebrows.
And you say it blew your eye out. Which eye did
Yeah,
it
it
blow?
traveled across and blew this eye out. My right eye is prosthetic, so it traveled across.
So the eye you have now in the right, that's a fake eye. is it?
Yes.
When this gunshot went off, what did you feel?
When it first went off, I just remember my ears were ringing, and then I know whoever this individual was to my left, I remember him trying to like push me out the car, and that's pretty much it.
Did you wake up to find yourself on the ground outside of the car?
Yeah, I mean, I was still awake. At that point, I was never asleep, but yes, I was outside the car.
What did you see?
Mr. Hernandez's leg hanging. Well, when I rode over to a fence, when I first got pushed out the car, I rode over, and there was a fence, and I used the fence to kind of pull myself up, and Mr. Hernandez's leg was hanging out the driver's side door. The car was pulling off with his leg outside of the door,
How could you tell it was his leg?
because he was the only light-skinned, lighter-complected guy other than myself in the car.
The other two men in the car, they were African American?
Yes,
And what skin tone?
dark-skinned males.
Now, how did you get out of the car? Was it just that the person to your left pushed you, or
Pushed
was
me, and I believe Mr. Hernandez assisted him
how was that done?
because he got out of the front passenger side and helped that man. The guy was pushing me on my left. They were trying to pull me out the car and leave me there.
They both pulled you out of the car?
Yes, Mr. Hernandez helped that guy.
When you fell to the ground, were you bleeding?
Yes.
Could you see out of your right eye?
No, I couldn't.
Could you see even very well out of your left eye?
Yeah, I could see pretty well out of my left eye.
The car that pulled away, was that the same white SUV?
Correct.
What happened next, sir?
I walked to the end of an alley.
You walked, you were able to get up?
Yeah, I got to my feet from the fence, and I walked to the end of an alley, kind of to the end. There was like a parking lot off to the left. It was a warehouse there. And a guy came out, and well, actually, before the guy came out, I wound up laying down. I stumbled my way to the end of the alley, and my head started hurting. I was getting a headache. And when I laid down, I noticed like my head didn't hurt anymore. Like when I laid down on my arm, my head stopped hurting. So I kind of just laid there, and this gentleman came out, and he was like asking me if I was okay or whatever. And that was it. He wound up calling the ambulance or whatever.
How long did it take for the ambulance or the police to get there?
20 plus minutes. Over 20 minutes.
And were you in pain?
Yes.
Were you bleeding?
Yes.
Did you say anything to the men that came to find you, the men that you said came out to help you, or the man that came to help you?
Yes.
What did you recall saying to him?
I recall saying not too much. I remember.
Do you remember if he asked you if you knew who shot you?
Yes.
What did you say?
I said a hiss, and then I cut myself off in the middle and just said two black males.
At some point, did police officers arrive at the scene?
Yes.
And did they also ask you if you knew who shot you?
Yes, at that scene, I believe. I don't remember much after at that scene. Do you mean?
At the scene, right there.
Yeah, someone did, whoever that guy was that asked me.
And did you tell them who had shot you?
No,
Why not?
because I didn't want to tell. That's not the route I wanted to take.
What do you mean by that's not the route you wanted to take?
I didn't want to tell on Mr. Hernandez. I didn't want to inform them that he shot me.
What route did you intend to take?
I wanted revenge. I didn't want to tell on him. I wanted to make it even.
Were you taken from the scene to the hospital?
Yes.
What happened at the hospital? How serious were your injuries?
To my knowledge, they were pretty serious. I know I had some head trauma, a missing eye, and I know I had like a surgery or something. And I just remember waking up. I think it was maybe almost a day later. I woke up some hours down the line, definitely.
How many surgeries did you have, if you know?
Total, I think I've had 3 total.
And your right eye, was that basically removed by the bullet, or did the surgeons have to remove it?
The bullet, from my understanding, the bullet removed such a large portion of it that they just, whatever was left, they just took it out. I mean, it was never going to work again, so they just removed it.
Now, when you woke up at the hospital after what you just described, was defendant Aaron Hernandez there?
No,
Were any of his friends there?
no,
Did you ever receive a phone call at the hospital from Aaron Hernandez while you were there?
no, I called Mr. Hernandez while I was there.
Tell us about the phone call to Aaron Hernandez when you woke up that next morning.
I called him, and I said, "What's up?" And he said, "Who's this?" And
What did you say?
I was like, "You know who this is? Like, it's me. It's your boy." Like, sarcastic with a sarcastic tone.
What was his tone?
He hung up,
He hung up?
hung the phone up, and I called him right back again. And
Did he answer?
Yeah, he was like, he's playing dumb. He was like, like he wasn't really saying too much, and he hung up again. And I called him back again, and I told him, like, I don't know why you keep hanging this phone up, because it's not like I told the police on you. Like, I ain't telling on you. Like, you know what time it is. When I get right, I'm coming back home. You know what time it is.
Did you know where he was at that point? If you know.
I didn't know for a fact, but he said I'm still down here chilling, something along those lines.
Did he seem surprised to hear from you?
Oh, he was definitely surprised when he heard from me when I called.
Why do you say that?
Because just from knowing Mr. Hernandez and the tone he was using, he was like, like who's this? He was shocked. He definitely didn't think I was alive still.
Can I approach a witness, Your Honor?
You may.
Mr. Bradley, I'm going to show you a photograph and ask you if you recognize the person in that photograph.
Yeah, that's myself.
When do you know about when this photograph was taken?
Had to be right after I got shot in the hospital.
Is this a picture of you actually laying in the hospital bed, sir?
Yes, sir.
Does this fairly and accurately reflect the injuries that you sustained on February 13th, the year 2012, after being shot by Mr. Hernandez?
Yeah, yes, it does.
Your Honor, for this photograph, the next member of the exhibit.
You have no objections to the phone.
Without objection, that is received.
Mr. Bradley, I'm not placing this on the gallery, I'm just placing it on your screen. Is that the photograph you identified?
Yes,
And that's you shortly after being shot, is that correct?
correct.
Mr. Bradley, at some point, were you visited by Palm Beach County homicide detectives?
Yes.
Were you aware of why homicide detectives were called out to talk to you?
Yes.
Why was that, sir?
They wanted to investigate me being shot.
Did they indicate to you that they didn't think you were going to survive?
Yes, they did.
Did you give a recorded statement to a detective from your hospital bed?
Yes, I did.
Did you agree to cooperate?
No, I did not.
Why not?
Because that's not the route. That's not the route I wanted to go. I didn't want to cooperate with the police. I wanted Mr. Hernandez. It's his life.
Now, Mr. Bradley, I want to back up a little bit. You indicated that you told the defendant that you did not tell the police what happened. Is that correct?
That's correct.
I believe you also testified before lunch that when the detectives came, you gave them statements indicating you wouldn't cooperate or didn't know who shot you. Is that accurate?
Correct.
Have you had an opportunity to listen to those recordings before, sir, of your voice talking to police officers both at the scene and ultimately at the hospital?
Yes.
At this time, I believe without objection, Your Honor, I'd like to introduce the recorded statements of Mr. Bradley on February 13th and 14th, 2013 for law enforcement. I believe without objections. No objections.
Without objection, let's receive them separately. Is it 286?
287,
287, thank you. Let's mark that as February 13. $288 for February 14th.
Mr. Bradley, before we play Exhibit 287, I believe you testified prior to lunch break that when you were on the ground after being shot, that you saw Mr. Hernandez's leg in the car. Is that correct?
Yeah, his leg was outside of the car.
Which door was his leg coming into?
Front passenger.
Front passenger. What did you know about the area where you now found yourself shot? What type of area was it?
It was an industrial area.
An industrial area?
Yes.
Do you recall what you were wearing that night as far as headwear in particular?
I believe I had on a black T-shirt, tan cargo pants, and a Bulls fitted hat.
I'm sorry, you'd have to repeat that.
Everything.
Yes.
I had a black T-shirt, tan cargo pants, and a Chicago Bulls hat, I believe.
Approach your witness, sir. I'm just going to show you three photographs. Two photographs of what appears to be a baseball cap. First, do you recognize those two photographs, sir?
Yes.
And what do you recognize that to be?
Chicago Bulls fitted cap, basketball.
Is that the baseball hat that you were wearing when you were shot on February 13th, the year 2013?
Yes.
You can offer the two photographs of the fitted Bulls baseball cap at the scene as the next number of exhibits.
No objections.
And let's receive them 289A and B.
So, I'm showing you a second photograph. Do you recognize the garment that's depicted in that photograph?
Yes.
And what do you recognize that to be?
Those are the pants that I was.
Cargo shorts you were wearing on February 13th, 2013 when you were shot?
Correct.
Run out for the photograph of the cargo pants in the next number, please.
Without an objection.
Yes, sir. No,
Thank you.
Standing.
Mr. Bradley, you indicated that after being shot, you grabbed onto a fence. Is that correct?
Yes.
Can you describe what you did when you grabbed onto the fence and if you were still bleeding and from where at that time?
Well, I was just shot, and I grabbed onto the fence to kind of get up, to pull myself up after being thrown out of the car.
Were you dripping blood at that time?
I believe I had blood everywhere.
You were bleeding when you were near that fence?
Yes.
And did you actually get yourself up near the fence?
Yes.
So I'm placing on the screen what's been entered as Exhibit 289. This here, sir, is that the baseball cap that you were wearing, the Bulls hat?
Yes.
And this fence here, is that the fence that you grabbed onto?
Yes.
Listing Exhibit 289A. Is that a close-up photograph of the baseball hat?
Yes.
Did you say that was a Bulls hat?
Yes, it's Chicago.
Bulls baseball or basketball?
Basketball. I said basketball.
You did. Mr. Hagan.
So I'm just going to place Exhibit 289B back on the screen for a moment. The area that I've zoomed into, sir, did you bleed in that area?
Yes.
This is Exhibit 290 on the screen. Those are your cargo shorts, is that correct?
Correct.
Mr. Bradley, I'm going to play Exhibit 287.
What they look like? Hey. He's now traveling. Reality?
Yeah, but it sure hurts. It hurts too much. I don't know. It hurts too much to talk about it.
Whose voice is that saying it hurts too much to talk?
It's my voice.
Alright, you got the most on the way. You don't know who's out here?
No, sure.
What they look like?
Like, big black males.
Big what?
Let me stop you there, sir. What did you start to say there?
I was starting to say Hispanic, and then I stopped in the middle and just said big black male,
Why did you say that?
because I didn't want to tell on him.
What is that? You look what they're driving? Relax, I'll get the medicine here for you.
Mr. Bradley, did you stay conscious during the whole time to your best of your memory?
Up until a certain point in the ambulance, yes.
And what point was that, if you recall?
Sometime into the middle of the ride.
When was the next time you woke up after that, losing your consciousness?
I was in the hospital. I woke up to another interview by more sheriffs from Florida.
For the record, I'm going to place in the computer exhibit number 288.
A vehicle just before you got shot. Who were you with?
It's not permission for you, so we all do respect.
Okay, so you...
Person who just said, I have no information for you, sir, with all due respect. Who is that?
A detective from Florida, I don't know his name.
The person talking to you is the detective?
Yes,
But the voice that just said, I have no information for you, sir, with all due respect. Who is that?
that was me.
Operating an investigation, you don't want us to investigate it, or you just don't know?
I don't know. It's very little bit, but I know. Please, so you don't think I'm saying that thing or nothing, man. It's definitely not that type of show.
Okay.
You know what I mean? With all due respect to you, you have to do. I just ain't got no info for you, man.
Okay, so where were you the night before?
Sir, I'm from Connecticut.
Okay.
So I can tell you how much I know about.
So what club were you at? You're at a club and you had something on your arm that said next level club.
Next time,
Yeah. Yeah, and you don't have it on now. I'm sure they removed it, but you have it on yesterday morning. Yeah, but you know what club you were at?
I didn't go to no next club for next level, sir. No.
Where were you at a club? So the water clubs down here, you go in and then they have other places you can go. You can pay and you go up and you get special benefits.
Oh, no, no, sir. You it's good choice.
It doesn't matter if it's that or if it's just a club.
No, sir.
So you don't even know where you were the night before?
I don't even know where I was.
Okay. So what can you give me to help me try to find the people that did this to you? I mean, it's up to you. You're a big boy. If you want.
He's a fucking asshole, whoever did it.
Well, obviously, I mean, you got a big ass hole in your head.
Oh, yeah.
And so, I mean, it's up to you. You can help me because you know where you were. You know what happened. You can tell me, or you can tell me that just like you said, F off. And
I'm not saying F off for you, man. That's the part I'm trying to get you to
Okay.
I'm just like a kid by any means. But I'm not saying the fuck's wrong. Like, fuck you. But I'm just saying that I ain't telling on nobody.
Okay, so you don't want to cooperate with the investigation?
Mr. Bradley, I'm just stopping the exhibit at 2 minutes and 18 seconds. What did you mean I don't want to tell on nobody?
I said I'm not telling on anybody.
And what does that mean?
That means I wasn't gonna tell on him. That's not what I'm into.
And what do you mean by that's not what you're into? Is that some type of code?
No, I mean that's just not the way I want to handle it. That's not what I've ever done before. It's not how I normally. That type of betrayal, I just wanted to make it even. I didn't want to tell on him. That's it. So.
You don't want to cooperate with the investigation. If I don't have a victim, I don't have a crime. That's up to you. I mean, if you're taking the record, if you want to get shot, you live with it. Actually, that's up to you. So I just shared the door. I don't need to do that, but that's your choice, not mine. But you need to understand, next time they may not screw up, they may shoot better. You got it? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave you on a card. Alright? And it's got my phone number on there. If you decide that you want to tell on somebody so that they don't kill you the next time, because just so you know, the reason why I got called is because you're supposed to die yesterday.
Oh, I know that.
So that's your choice, bro. I can't make you cooperate with me. If you don't want to, I can ask you. You know what? Let's try to get a potential killer off the street. This guy is a killer. But if you don't help, that's on you. You understand? And then if you want to change your mind at any time you can call me. And I'll be more than happy to take this state and we'll take care of whoever did this thing. Alright? And just always remember, if you take care of this later, they may not give you the same courtesy you're giving them now. So if you go met somebody up later, if you have your boys met somebody up, then you'd be more than happy to say, you know what? So that's your choice. I just want you to know you're from Connecticut. I want you to know it. I want you to know. Go ahead and get your phone up.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. Something to the sheriff right now. Hold on a second.
Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
My name I was Bradley.
Why you gotta look on your car thing to figure out where you're in that?
That wasn't a smart thing. It's no eyes, so fuck.
I know, but you shouldn't have to look to see what you need to say.
That ain't your liberty, though, man. Shit, so did it.
How's Bradley? What do you think, Bradley? If you say you Bradley,
I've been here to
sit down. Where you living? Are you living out here now? Or?
No, I do in Connecticut.
So you're from Connecticut? Where are you on that?
God, only job you have me.
Who got you? What's your address in Connecticut?
19 miles you drive.
Is that one?
No, Connecticut.
So the big up there.
0618.
0618?
Yeah.
Hey, what's your phone number? Your cell phone number, that's fine.
860.
Yep.
282.
Yep.
2993.
2993?
Yep.
So that the phone that you have down here?
No, I don't have phone.
You don't have a phone? You haven't had nothing since you've been down here?
No, that's one though.
Okay. What number is this? This should get.
That's my contact number. That's my house number.
That's your house number?
Everyone has pretty much put it.
Okay. Husband?
Thank you more, sir.
All right, good luck to you. Give me the Detective Smith, I was 665 case numbers 13-0373-3. St. Mary's ICU rooms, golf for February 14, 2013. Ending time is 13:44 hours.
Mr. Bradley, did you ever ultimately cooperate with the Palm Beach County law enforcement regarding your shooting, being shot in the face?
Never.
Did they ever contact you about your clothing that they seized pursuant to the investigation?
Yes, they did.
What did they ask you and what was your response?
Are you asking me before I left the state of Florida? Are you talking about that, or
Yes, before you left.
they kept my ID and my clothing? I feel there's a way, because I couldn't leave the state without my ID, so they kept my clothing and I had to go down to the department to get my clothes.
At some point, did they release your clothes to you or did they contact you about your clothes?
I believe when I went to the station, they said they were keeping them for evidence, maybe. I can't recall. I don't believe they ever released them to me.
Did they ever call you about releasing the clothes, if you remember?
Not that I recall, no.
Now, what about your cellular phone, Mr. Bradley? I believe you indicated that you thought you left it at Tootsie's Cabaret. Is that correct?
Correct.
Did you ever receive that cell phone from anybody?
No,
Do you have any idea what happened to that cell phone?
none whatsoever.
Mr. Bradley, when you traveled to Florida with the defendant, Mr. Hernandez, did you have luggage with you, clothing, bags, that type of thing?
No,
What did you bring with you to Florida?
myself and the clothes that I was in. That's it.
You didn't bring any bags?
Yeah, we brought bags and we wind up leaving them inside of the vehicle we drove there in because we were running late. So we didn't want to take the time to try to lug the bags. It was faster to just go in and just go to the airport.
And did you ever see your bags of clothing afterwards?
No,
Did the clothing ever get to the hotel, to your knowledge? Either of the hotels?
no.
So the last time you saw your clothing was in a car?
Yes, the clothes that are you asking me about the clothes that I came to the airport with?
Yes.
Yes.
And which car was that?
It was a rented Chevy Suburban, I believe.
And you have no idea where those clothes were that you brought down in a bag?
No.
Calling your attention to, at some point, you were released from the hospital. Is that correct?
Correct.
And did you go back to Connecticut?
Yes.
When you went back to Connecticut, did you have to go back down to Florida for more surgery?
Yes.
How many surgeries?
One more that I can remember. May have been two. One definitely.
Mr. Bradley, what was the nature of any further contact you had with the defendant, Mr. Hernandez, after you were shot and ultimately released from the hospital?
It ranged from there was some conversation about me telling him he needed to compensate me for what he did. There was other conversation about me trying to get him to meet up with me so we could handle it the way I wanted to. There was a wide range of conversation.
These conversations, Mr. Bradley, did they take place by text message, phone call, or both?
Both, predominantly text messages though.
And did the text messages start in February of 2013 or after that?
Well, it was after February 13th, or February 13th, I should say. They began after that.
But in the month of February, you started to text him?
I'm not exactly sure. I know there was some in March. I'm not sure if there was some in February.
Now, at some point, you indicated that you not only threatened to get back at him and get revenge, but you also threatened to sue him. Is that correct?
Correct.
What did you threaten in that regard?
I threatened to sue him. I mean, that's the answer. I don't know.
Did you convey that in text message?
Oh, did I convey it in a
Yes.
text message? Yes, I did.
And did you have multiple text messages back and forth with the defendant, Mr. Hernandez, about wanting to sue him and or get revenge on him?
Yes, extensively.
Did he respond to some of the text messages?
Some he did.
In addition to the text messages, did you occasionally have phone calls with the defendant over the next 3 months?
Yes.
And describe some of the phone calls that you had with the defendant during those 3 months?
They were of the same nature, addressing the issue of him compensating me, asking him to meet up with me, all the same stuff.
Mr. Bradley, I'm calling your attention now to a time much later, calling your attention now to August into September, October of 2013. Were you eventually contacted by law enforcement about your knowledge of the events of July 16th, the year 2012?
Correct.
And at some point were you served with an out-of-state subpoena to appear before a Suffolk County grand jury investigating that case?
Yes.
Now, prior to receiving that subpoena, had you watched news reports regarding the incident from July 16, 2012?
Yes. Some, I don't recall if they were news, some internet things. Yeah, some news indirectly, yes.
Call your attention now specifically to any news that you saw about the alleged recovery of the murder weapon. Had you seen some broadcasts on the news prior to getting the subpoena to come to Suffolk Superior Court?
Yes.
And what was the information that was conveyed to you, at least through the media, about whether or not the murder weapon had allegedly been recovered?
I believe it was stated in the media somewhere that the murder weapon was recovered.
And were you with anybody when you saw that on the media?
Yes, I believe I was in the presence of my daughter's mother,
Which daughter's mother?
Brooke Wilcox.
And did you say something to Miss Wilcox when you saw that on the news?
Yes, I did. I believe I said to her that.
Sustained at this stage.
Your Honor, may we approach briefly?
You agree?
Mr. Bradley, at some point, after seeing that news report, were you asked to appear in Connecticut relative to the out-of-state subpoena?
Yes.
And did you appear when you were supposed to?
No.
And to your knowledge, Mr. Bradley, was a warrant issued for your apprehension to appear on the out-of-state subpoena to the Suffolk County Grand Jury?
Yes.
And in fact, in October of 2013, were you arrested pursuant to the out-of-state subpoena process that you had not appeared on?
Yes.
In addition to that charge of not appearing on the out-of-state subpoena, were you also charged with violating a protective order on that date?
Yes.
What was that in relation to, sir?
I was in relation. I was apprehended in a place that I wasn't supposed to be at.
And was that was that Miss Wilcox's address?
Yes.
Now, after appearing in court on those two charges, one, the failure to appear, and the violation of a restraining order, did you ultimately be brought to Suffolk Superior Court here in Boston, Massachusetts?
Yes.
And when you were brought here on October 8th of 2013, were you represented by counsel?
Yes.
And ultimately on that date, Mr. Bradley, following what's referred to as a proffer agreement, did you provide a multiple-hour statement to Boston police detectives about the events of July 16, 2012?
Yes.
And when you provided that statement, Mr. Bradley, again, did you have knowledge of the report that the murder weapon had been recovered from a certain woman?
Yes.
Following your multiple-hour statement to detectives, were you given any immunity at that point? At that point?
During the interview, no, I wasn't given anything.
And ultimately, sir, on that date, did you sign an agreement that laid out the terms of your cooperation if it was determined that you would cooperate?
Yes.
May I approach the witness, Your Honor?
You may.
Where I believe, inconsistent with Champa, but with counsel's agreement, the Commonwealth would seek to introduce the cooperation agreement of Mr. Bradley. Again, it shouldn't be on redirect, but I believe Mr. Repai's is assenting to it being admitted now.
See you inside, Mark.
Is that your signature on the third page, sir?
Yes, it is.
And is this the agreement that you signed on October 8th, 2013?
Correct, it is.
And your attorney signed it as well, is that correct?
Yes.
Can I ask that the document be marked for identification only at this point?
No objections.
That will be received for identification. Nancy, what are we up to?
JJJ.
Thank you.
Now, Mr. Bradley, during the course of that recorded statement that you gave to detectives on October 8th, year 2013, did you also give information relative to your best knowledge of phone numbers of certain people at or around that date?
I believe I did.
I'm just calling your attention to Exhibit 249C. The number 562-481-8106. Do you recall indicating that that number looked familiar as belonging to someone you know?
Yes, I believe that was the number Mr. Hernandez had.
And for the record, we're at July 15th, 2012. A number of phone calls. There's another number here, 860-462-0830. Did you ever indicate that that number looked familiar to you?
Yes, I believe that was my phone number.
I'm sorry?
Yes, I believe that it was my phone number.
Your phone number? And Mr. Bradley, how frequently would you change phone numbers back in 2012?
At least I like to believe once a month or some around that time, sometimes sooner, maybe sometimes a little later, but usually every month.
Why was that, sir?
Because the way I was living, I was selling drugs, so I didn't want to keep the same phone number all the time.
And the phone numbers, would they be in your name or in other people's names?
They were nobody's name. They were just prepaid, just burner phones.
Burner phones?
Is that yes?
Yes.
Mr. Bradley, following the homicides of July 16, 2012, did you ever know the defendant, Aaron Hernandez, to use burner phones?
No,
you
not
don't.
much.
What do you mean by not much?
I don't recall too many burner phones.
Now, Mr. Hernandez, Mr. Bradley, I'm calling your attention now to a particular photograph. It's being exhibit number 201. Do you recognize the person in this photograph?
Yes, I know who he is.
And who is he?
That's John Alcorn.
And how did you know John Alcorn?
I didn't really know him. I just know of him. I just seen him around before.
Had you ever had a conversation with him?
No,
Ever in your life?
never in my life.
And how did you know of him?
Just through other people in town. It's like, I knew him in Chicago, so
And you never had a conversation with him?
never in my life.
Placing on the screen, Mr. Bradley, exhibit 211. Do you know the woman in this photograph?
No, I don't.
Have you ever seen her before?
No, I have not.
Mr. Bradley, at some point after you gave a statement to investigating detectives on this matter, did they come to you and show you some photographic arrays to see if you could identify the person who was driving the car when you were shot on February 13th, year 2013?
Yes.
May I approach the witness, Your Honor?
You may.
Bradley, I'm going to show you a document that appears to have photographs on one side and some handwriting on the back side. First of all, do you recognize the handwriting on the back?
Yes.
Whose handwriting is that?
It's my handwriting.
I'm calling your attention now to February 11th, the year 2014. Was this a series of photographs shown to you by Boston police homicide detectives?
Yes.
And from the photographs that were shown to you of 6 individuals, did you identify somebody as somebody you recognized?
Yes.
And which number on the photographic array?
Number 3.
And number 3 in the photographic array, who did you identify that person to be?
That was individual who was driving the night I was shot in Florida.
The individual was driving the car the night you were shot in Florida on February 13th, 2013?
Correct.
And the individual who was driving you and who else at the time?
Mr. Hernandez and another individual as well.
Mr. Bradley, showing you a document that is with it. Do you recognize a signature on this form?
Yes.
And is this a witness preparation form that was read to you by detectives prior to you viewing the photographic array?
Correct.
And your signature is on this document as well?
Yes.
The date is what, sir?
2/11/14.
And the time, 1:25 p.m.?
Correct.
Your Honor, for this photographic array and the witness preparation form is the next number of exhibits.
I'd like to see the document. See the folder. I would object to the document, not the photo.
See you at sidebar.
I believe I read it myself, or they had me read it.
Oh, you read it
I was
yourself?
notified of the form, one way or another.
And did you read all of the lines of the form before signing it?
Yes.
I'd seek to introduce both documents as the next number of exhibits.
All right, and why don't we make the array Exhibit 291A and the companion form 291B.
Just placing exhibit 291A on the screen. Number 3, is that the individual you identified as the driver of the car when you were shot on February 13th, 2013?
Correct.
And that's your signature on the back of the form, sir?
Yes.
Mr. Bradley, since that date, have detectives shown you various other photographs that show the person who was driving the car the night that you were shot?
Yes.
Dr. Winshaw?
You may.
Do you recognize that?
Yes.
Was that photograph shown to you by detectives many months following your identification of slot number 3, the person who was driving the car?
Yes.
And were able to identify the person driving the car in this photograph?
Yes.
Which one is it, sir?
Gentleman in the middle with the light green pants.
And that's the individual who was driving the car on February 13th, 2013.
Yes.
And the white car that the person seems to be sitting on, does that look familiar to you at all?
Yes, it appears to be the car that I was picked up from the airport in.
And what kind of car is that?
Porsche.
White Porsche?
Correct.
And the individual with the New York Yankees hat on next to the person you identified as the driver, is that D?
Correct.
For the photograph is the next number to exhibit.
Objection. Without objection, Exhibit 292.
So it's Exhibit 292 on the screen. The individual here is the driver, is that correct?
Correct.
And this person here?
That's D.
Now, Mr. Bradley, calling your attention to the information that you provided to detectives on October 8th, 2013. At some point, were you asked to describe where you parked the car, the silver 4Runner SUV, prior to the incident, the shooting of the two men on the corner of Herald Street and Shawmut Avenue?
Yes.
And at some point during the conversation with detectives, when you came to the Suffolk Superior Court, did you look at what's called a Google Street View to show the detectives where you parked the car and then ultimately what direction the car went up until the murder and then after the shootings?
Yes.
And you've had a chance to see that video since testifying, is that correct?
Correct.
Your Honor, at this time, counsel would seek to introduce the street view that was viewed by Alexander Bradley in 2013 as the next numbered exhibit.
I haven't seen that, but if Mr. Hagan represents that, I have no reason to doubt that. So,
Exhibit 292.
Mr. Bradley, before we place exhibit 290, I believe it's 293?
93.
293 in for viewing. At any point that night, I'm calling your attention back to July 16th, the year 2012, was there ever a woman in the car?
No.
I'm sorry?
No.
Was there ever anybody in the 4Runner other than you and Mr. Hernandez?
No.
When you were in the car at the time of the shooting, was Mr. Hernandez still wearing those rosary beads that we saw in the photographs earlier?
I believe so.
When he leaned over you, as you described the shooting taking place, were the rosary beads hanging down?
I don't recall.
Mr. Bradley, I've placed exhibit 293 on the screen. Do you recognize the intersection as depicted here, sir?
Yes.
And the area where I have the cursor, is that Club Kier?
Yes.
Now, Mr. Bradley, I've stopped at 30 seconds into exhibit 293. When you watched this street view video with detectives and prosecutors in 2013, did you point out this area as an area that you recognized?
Yes.
And what area was that? How did you recognize it?
I recognize it as the area where I parked the SUV prior to the shooting.
And did you even recognize these articles here that are attached to the wall?
Yes, I did.
And the meter areas that we see here, is that the area where you parked the SUV on July 16, 2012?
Yes.
And where we stop now at 36 seconds is this the direction that you walked back up after parking?
Yes.
Mr. Bradley, the intersection where we're stopped now at a minute 15 seconds, what intersection was that in relation to the homicide?
I believe that's the intersection where the homicide actually occurred, but right before where the homicide occurred. I'm sorry.
Is this a stoplight that you described passing another car around?
Yes.
Mr. Bradley, I believe you testified that initially after the shooting, you took a right going the wrong way. Can you show on the screen which way you went?
I went right. Right here. It's a one-way.
So you took a right-hand turn going this direction?
Yes.
Did you then loop back around?
Yes.
The direction that we see going now, 2 minutes and 7 seconds on the street view video, is that the direction that you fled in the SUV while driving?
Yes.
Mr. Bradley, what we last saw on that was at the area where you jumped on or got onto the highway in the SUV.
Yes.
Mr. Bradley, do you recall what the nickname was of the man who was driving the car at the time that you were shot?
J, I believe. JP or J.
JP?
Something like that, yeah.
And Mr. Bradley, is it fair to state that 10 days after you gave a statement on recording on October 8th, 2013, on October 18th, 2013, 10 days later, you were brought back to the Suffolk County Superior Courthouse?
Correct.
Is it fair to state that it was not until that date that you were ultimately given what's called immunity pursuant to your testimony in this case?
Correct.
And when you gave the statement, though, 10 days prior, had you been given immunity at that time?
No.
Had you been promised at that time that you would not be prosecuted at that point?
No.
And Mr. Bradley, you indicated that at some point in 2013, after you were shot down in Florida, you engaged in a series of text message communications with the defendant, Aaron Hernandez, correct?
Correct.
And the phone number that you would text him on, at least at that point, do you recall what number that was?
203-606-8969, I believe.
Exhibit 249. The number you said was 203-606-8969. Is that the number we see here?
Correct.
Now, Mr. Bradley, prior to coming into the Suffolk County Superior Court and giving the multiple-hour recorded statement, were you held in custody in Connecticut?
Yes.
And did you make jail-recorded phone calls while in custody, in particular to your baby's mother, Brooke Wilcox?
Yes.
And did you make certain statements on those recorded calls?
Yes.
Did you know the phone calls were being recorded?
Yes.
Did you say things intentionally on the phone calls knowing that they were being recorded?
Yes, at the beginning.
And did you say things on the phone calls that were factually inaccurate?
Rephrase.
What did you say on those phone calls, sir, if you recall?
I recall saying, I don't know why you guys were looking for me, or saying something along the lines of, I don't have any information for you guys. And then there was another call further down the road where I recall telling her, just tell you guys the truth.
So you remember being on a recorded call saying that you didn't know anything about why you were being brought to Boston?
Yes.
Was that true?
No.
And why did you say that on the call?
Because I didn't want to incriminate myself.
But did you know it was being recorded?
Yes.
Is there anything on the phone call that tells you it's being recorded before you have the phone call?
Yes, there's a sign up that says it's recorded.
I believe you indicated that there was a follow-up phone call where you gave some instruction to Brooke Wilcox.
Yes.
What was that instruction?
I told her that you guys came to talk to her for her to just tell you guys the truth.
That was recorded as well?
Correct.
As far as you being held for the violation of a restraining order charge where they arrested you on the summons to appear on this case, did the Suffolk County District Attorney's Office or Boston Police ever do anything to get you out of custody?
Absolutely not.
Did you ever ask to be gotten out of custody by the Suffolk County DA's office or the Boston Police?
No.
In fact, Mr. Bradley, other than the immunity agreement that was ultimately reached between you and the Suffolk County District Attorney's Office, has the Suffolk County District Attorney's Office done anything else for you relative to criminal matters?
Nothing at all.
Have you requested any help on any criminal matters?
Nothing at all.
Can I approach your witness, Your Honor?
You may.
Mr. Bradley, at some point when you came into the Suffolk County Grand Jury, did detectives show you a firearm?
Yes.
I'm going to show you what's been entered as exhibit number 206. Was this shown to you, sir?
Yes.
Okay. And what did you tell the detectives as to whether or not this appeared to be the same gun that you purchased Aaron Hernandez a month or two prior to July 16, 2012?
I told the detectives that I didn't believe that was the actual firearm that I purchased.
What was different about the firearm you purchased?
I said that the firearm I purchased was new. It looked a lot newer than that. That looked too old to be the firearm.
And did you ultimately learn that, again, both from what you saw in the news and from this being shown to you, that this was believed to have been the weapon that was used in the murders of July 16, 2012?
Yes.
And yet you still indicated that this did not look like the weapon you got Mr. Hernandez?
I still indicated that wasn't the weapon.